So, two quick disclaimers before we start this video today. The first thing I want to say is the Nigel Sylvester brick by brick Jordan 4s are actually fire. So, honestly, yes, a little bit. The thumbnail is slightly clickbait, but not really, because I still have a point to be made. And the second disclaimer I want to say is that yes, there's going to be some negative stuff about YouTubers and pumping up fake hype, but surprisingly, there might actually be some positive aspects to this. Also, before we get started, I want to let you guys know there's going to be a special guest today, so stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, before we get into that, I'm going to go ahead and do what we always do, and I'm going to run you the dopest intro you ever seen in your life, and then we'll be right back.
The other sneaker YouTubers, the hell I'm born. OG Trap Jordan. I got sneakers rated and pouring.
What up, YouTube? OG Trap Jordan back with another one, and today I have a special guest who you guys haven't seen in a long time. So without further ado, I present to you my buddy Woody.
Teddy Turnup.
And we're back, and today we got some stuff to talk about. We're going to talk a little bit about the hype that the YouTubers create, and we're going to talk about a little bit of the negative aspect, and we're going to talk about the positive aspects, because yes, there are actually some positive aspects. But today let me tell you why Teddy Turnup is here real quick, because Teddy Turnup got suspended from school. And so he's hanging out with me today. I actually have work off today. I didn't have any loads. I'm a truck driver and there was no loads. So Teddy Turnup is hanging out with me today. So we're going to do this video together. He's going to sit in. But we got some good news we want to talk about. Actually, let me tell you why he got suspended. Teddy Turnup got suspended because he got into it with somebody at school. And this kid had the nerve and the coconuts to actually let the N-word fall out of his neck. And you know what? Teddy Turnup decided to handle his business, and I'm not mad at him. He did get suspended, but that's okay with me, because there's certain things in this life. I don't like Teddy fighting if he can avoid it, but there's certain things when you gotta handle your business. And so now Teddy's sitting at home with me, and that's all right. So I just want to say to Teddy Turnup, you're hired. You got the job.
When do I start?
Today. You start right now. So let's get into some positive stuff real quick. So yeah, the other day we hit 1,000 subscribers, and as of today we are officially monetized on YouTube. We're over 1,000 subscribers, so it's a celebration. Let's celebrate, Teddy. Well, hey, 1,000 subscribers. We're monetized over here. So Teddy's gonna sit in. I don't even think he really understands exactly what we're gonna be talking about today, but he's chilling with me. He's off school, I'm off work, so let's just get right into it. So as you can see by the thumbnail, basically we're talking about the hype that the YouTubers create, and there's a lot of negative aspects to that. And I just want to say that before we jump into this, I am talking about some particular YouTubers, but you might be surprised which ones that I actually am talking about and which ones I'm not, because there are some YouTubers that I mess with that actually do this, that actually like hype up these shoes and resell them. But I do believe that some of them are actually sneakerheads, and they just found a way to hustle, and I can't knock the hustle. If you found a way to get money off of this game, then I really can't knock it. But the ones that I don't like, and I wanted to drop a name because some people think I'm talking about a particular dude that I'm not. There's actually a dude that a lot of people think I'm talking about sometimes that I actually follow and actually like. So I just decided I'm not going to drop any names in this, but the ones that I'm talking about are the ones that say that they're for the community, and they're really not. And I don't even believe that some of these guys are actually sneakerheads. I think they're actually the enemy. And some of these guys, and I'll give a hint, there's some guys that are posting up on their channel pictures of all these shoes that we really want that we can't get our hands on, talking about I paid $30,000 for these shoes, and we're supposed to get excited for him about that. And frankly, I'm not excited, and I know a lot of you are not, because that's like putting it in our face saying, hey, look, I'm holding all of these pairs hostage, and if you want them, you gotta pay resale money. You got to pay, you got to come out of your pocket for your hard working money and give it to me because I'm such a great guy that I hoarded all the pairs and now I got them over here if you want them. And I'm not with that. And when you're saying you're for the community and you're giving false information and you're getting free shoes from the company and you're acting like you're not, and you're acting like you're just a sneakerhead and you're out here doing good for us and you're not, I'm really not with that at all. To me, you're a sucker, and that's my opinion. You're really goofy, and I'm not down with it. But like I'm saying, I'm not hating all of the YouTubers because there are some good things that come with this. And let's be realistic. If it wasn't for the YouTubers in the last, like, I don't know how long YouTube's been around or how long they've been doing sneaker YouTube, but it's been a while and it's changed the game, and in some negative ways and in some positive ways, because I think some of the positive ways are, I don't think the game would be what it is right now, and that could be a negative or a positive, depends on how you look at it and what your perspective is. But I know that we're living in a time right now where it's not the underground culture that it used to be. It used to be a lot of people didn't know these backstories. A lot of people didn't understand why people would collect shoes. A lot of people didn't even know that people did collect shoes. And nowadays it's like you take the average person and they know the history of these shoes. And it didn't used to be like that. Like you try to tell somebody on the street back in the day about like the significance of these shoes and about how the Jordan 1 was banned. Well, not the Jordan 1, but you know the story. And all these backstories about the flu games and all these stories about the last shots and stuff like that. People didn't used to know that. And now it's pretty widely recognized information that like the average person knows, which is kind of cool, but then it's kind of not cool because sometimes it kind of feels kind of lame in my opinion. And I'll give you an opinion of something that kind of tripped me out a couple years ago. You know, COVID really had the sneaker game going crazy and everybody was paying resale and sneakers were everywhere. Well, actually, were they everywhere? I don't know. That depends on how you look at it too. But I remember sitting in a place, we went out one night, it was me and Mrs. Trap Jordan and one of my boys, and we were playing darts at a bar, and I looked around, we all had retros on, and I looked over at a table down, a couple of dartboards down, and there was a couple people over there, a little group of people that were playing darts as well, and they had all retros on. And I was looking around the bar, and everybody just about in this place had retros on. I think even the bartender did it, and I have never seen anything like that. I've been around since back in the day. I'll show my age. I remember a lot of these shoes. I was around in the 90s when a lot of these shoes were coming out, and even a little kid in the 80s. And it was always a thing where, like, if you seen somebody wearing retros, you were like, oh, automatically, like, that dude must be a sneakerhead, or he knows a little bit about sneakers. And these days, everybody's got them on. And I really do attribute that to the YouTubers, and I think it's kind of cool. I think it's kind of a good thing that this culture has spread as much as it is, and it has such a worldwide love. And it's been like 40 years. It's the 40-year anniversary. Michael Jordan hasn't played since like he was playing with the Wizards in like 2000, and people are still wearing his shoes. And I don't think they would be as popular without the YouTubers pushing them. And that's just how I look at it. Like, I really think that, like, back in the day, we didn't get retros all the time. We got a couple a year, and now we're getting them back to back to back. Is that a good thing or is that a negative thing? I don't know. The oversaturation seems real, but they always find a way to put a twist in it, and they do that with the YouTubers by pumping these up. And they always, when they start to go down, they start to come back up in the popularity again, and that has a lot to do with the YouTubers. So in some strange way, they're kind of keeping it alive, and that's kind of the positive aspect. But the negative aspect is when you see these guys and they're telling you that this shoe is so great and that the prices are about to go through the roof and you gotta buy now, you gotta get them now, and they're the reason that the prices are up because they're sitting in a room full of thousands of shoes that they paid for, that they got the plug on, probably from somebody who got them off the back end of a heist, or who knows where they're getting them, backdooring them out the stores, and they're actually the reason that we can't get our hands on them. And then we're supposed to turn around and just pump them up and think they're so great and give them all our money. And that's the part where I draw the line. I don't like that. I don't appreciate that. I think it's goofy. I think those guys are suckers. And personally, if you're constantly, I don't blame you if you don't really understand and you think this stuff is cool, but if you're constantly going for that, you're kind of a sucker too. But it's not really your fault. You're just following the trends, and it is what it is. I'm guilty of following trends in my life, but that's the way that it goes, and it just is what it is. But these YouTubers definitely hype up these shoes and definitely make them a lot more popular than they used to be. So it's a negative thing and it's a positive thing. But with that being said, There was a couple other things that I wanted to talk about, but I can't really remember. It's kind of slipping my head, slipping my mind. But was there anything that you wanted to say about it? You want to interject real quick?
Patrick Mahomes skibbity toilet race.
Okay, we're going to edit that out of the video. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Don't just follow the hype, because some of it's manufactured and it's not real. And some of it, you know what? Like these Brick by Bricks, they're dope. And some of these shoes are dope. But the sad part about it is you'd have a lot easier time getting these shoes if these YouTubers weren't pumping it up. But would they be as popular? I don't know. But at the end of the day, if you stop supporting these resellers and you stop supporting these YouTubers that are doing this, it'll be a lot easier for you to get your hands on these shoes. But some of you don't understand that. Some of you hate. Some of you troll in my comments. And I just want to say to you guys that are trolling in my comments, thank you. Keep doing it. Thank you for the engagement. Thank you for getting my channel where it's at. Thank you for getting me monetized today. And I really appreciate you. And for everybody that's been supporting, I appreciate you more. I was going to go through a list and talk about some of the supporters that have been around for a long time, but there's too many to name, and I didn't want to forget anybody because I felt like that would be disrespectful. But you guys know who you are, and some of you were really cool and really dope, and I really appreciate you guys, and I hope you guys stick around because we're just gonna grow this channel and we really appreciate it. So to all you guys, thank you so much for supporting the channel for as long as you have. And it's only been 11 months. It's 11 months to the day and I got monetized. So thank you very much. Me and Teddy Turnip, we started this channel 11 months ago with his friend Devin the Duke, and he can't be here right now, but it's all right. So we appreciate it. And with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, if you haven't subbed already, please sub so you can get notified every time I drop one of these, and you can get some more of this good stuff in your life. But with that being said, I'm Teddy Turnip.
Teddy Turnip.
I'm Teddy Turnip. I'm OG Trap Jordan. That's Teddy Turnip, and we're out of here.
Peace.
Peace.